Welcome to Advanced Accounting. I'm looking forward to working with you this semester. Let's go ahead and walk through the syllabus. So my office is in the School of Business in Macon, and I have office hours Wednesday afternoon, but in an online environment, I want you just to contact me when you need to contact me. All right, so there's no need to wait for office hours. Love to see you if you want to come by and visit, but there's no need to wait for that. I'll let you read the course description on your own. You have to have either finished Intermediate 2 or be enrolled in Intermediate 2 currently in order to be in this class. So if you don't have those two, then you need to wait and take this at a later date. Here's your textbook. It's been out for a while, so there's plenty of used copies. It should be very affordable. You don't need any access card or anything like that. So just go buy a used copy and be happy with the low price. You have to have reliable access to the internet, and hopefully in an online class you have that. Here's how to get to the codification if you'd like to get that. You have to access it through this link here, not through the FASB.org, because it's not a commercial license, it's an academic license. So you have to go through AAA headquarters. All right, there's your learning outcomes. I'll let you read those on your own. There's a couple of websites that might be interesting to you. I want to talk a minute about getting support. Sometimes students think because they're in an online class, they're not supposed to bother anybody. They're supposed to just do it on their own. That is not my vision. I still feel very obligated to support you, very interested in support you, and I expect to support you. I expect us to communicate to one another and be active with each other in this class. So when you reach a snag, I want you to send me a message and let me spend some time with you. It probably won't take me very much time to get you productive. Most questions are not super deep, and you are not interrupting me. You are the reason that I'm working. And so I know how to turn off my device. I'm an adult. If I'm in a situation where I can't be interrupted, I just turn the button off. So it's not up to you to worry about whether you're interrupting me. I take care of that part. So please get a hold of me right away. This class goes real fast and you cannot get behind. So anytime that something doesn't match, where did the 65 come from, whatever it is, just let me know. Probably only take me a minute or two, get you back on track, and then you're moving along. So I try to get right back to you if I can. Here are the points. There's 500 for the whole course. The first two exams are 100, and then the cumulative final is double that size. And you have a number of quizzes, and that'll all add up to be 100 points. The quizzes and the exam 1 and exam 2 are online. The final exam is in person. It is proctored. So you come to Macon and you come in a classroom and you take it in front of me the way that a traditional class would go. If you're not local and so you can't come to Macon, you make other arrangements for me to take it somewhere else that I approve. So just let me know if that applies to you if you're not local. The first two exams are online, but there is a time limit. You only have 3 hours to do it, so you have to be prepared before you start it. You won't have time to look at a question and then go look it up. I will give you the company data in advance, which you'll be able to print out, so you'll have a piece of paper in front of you with the data already there, so that you don't have to copy the data off the screen and use your time doing that when you want to make a calculation or you want to make a spreadsheet. So I will give you that so that you will have that data in front of you, so that the whole 3 hours is the thinking and not just scribe off the screen. The sequence for the chapters are to read the chapter, watch the lecture. You may also wish to read after the lecture. I'll leave that up to you. That's an option. Once you've read the lecture, then you do the class activities. And that's what we would have done together in class. So you're going to conduct class on your own timing. So you'll do the class activities and then you'll watch the walkthrough. Some of the class activities you might not be able to complete and others you'll be able to complete. So they kind of start off easy and they get a little bit more complicated. But you will watch the walkthrough, which is what we would have done in class after you had attempted it and gotten some way through it, maybe all the way through it. Once you have watched the class activity walkthroughs and gotten any questions answered that you needed, then you do the homework. And you check the homework against the key that's in D2L to be sure that you got the homework correct. Once you've done all that, you're ready to take the quiz. And the quizzes are difficult, so they're not something you want to attempt without having done the class activities and the homework. Now, heads up that the class activities are different from the homework and the homework's different from the quiz, and that is because I'm not asking you just to repeat back to me what you've learned, but to be able to work independently on a fresh problem. So that's the goal. So I keep serving you up fresh problems that are not quite what you've seen before, so that you just get used to that, and your brain gets used to that, and that will help you in the field, that you're not just repeating back to me with a couple of numbers changed, that you actually can do a fresh problem without seizing up. Now, the quizzes are hard, and so you'll have 3 attempts, and the highest grade will be retained in the grade book. After your first attempt, you may ask for a quiz coaching file, which I will send you, that will walk you through the problems in the quiz with different numbers. So you can sort of diagnose on the first attempt those things you didn't get right, so that on the second attempt you can get it right. The goal is for you to get all the points on the chapter quiz. The goal is mastery. Not necessarily for you to get points, but for you to feel confident and to master it. So I hope you will start those quizzes in enough time to have the 3 attempts and to get that quiz coaching file in enough time to be able to go through it and study it and master each of the units. If you need any accommodations, I'm happy to do that. If you need anything with withdrawals, I'm happy to assist with that. The delayed opening and closing doesn't really impact us because we're fully online, but if you lose power or I lose power, we may be out of communication for a little while. As soon as you get your power back, get caught up. As soon as I get my power back, I'll get back into grading and communicating. So we just have to be patient with each other if we have a power situation. Please fill out the end of course evaluations, especially the comments are very helpful in improving classes going forward, and the university really likes to read the comments to see what's going on, and you're the experts in how it went. So please do leave your comments. Not sure that the campus carry legislation impacts an online course, but you're welcome to review that. I understand that this is advanced accounting, and it expects that you remember everything from your prior accounting classes, but that's not very realistic because forgetting happens. So if you've forgotten something, I'm happy to reteach it to you, but you have to let me know. And you have to let me know quickly so that you don't get behind because you've forgotten something about adjusting entries or whatever it is that you've forgotten. So if you need me to reteach something, I'm more than happy to do that, but you have to let me know. If there is any misconduct, you get an F for the course, and you're probably not suited to accounting because you're in charge of the assets. So if you can't resist the temptation, then you probably are in the wrong place. So that's something to give some thought to. I hope you've applied for graduation. You need to do that at least 2 semesters before you want to graduate. We may make some changes to the syllabus, so please put your alerts on in D2L for the announcements, so that if I have to make an announcement, you will be getting the messages. So then we have our tentative schedule. So we have all of Chapter 1 happening, and the first week goes real fast. So you have a lecture and class activities, and these are the things we would be doing if we were together for 2 hours and 45 minutes a week. So you will do that on your own. You'll conduct class. And then after you've done that and watched the walkthroughs, then you'll do the homework, and then you'll check those. The key for the homework is in D2L, so once you've done the homework, you'll check. If you have any questions, you'll communicate, and then you'll do the quiz. Same thing with Chapter 2 and 3 are fairly related. 3 is not a big increment over Chapter 2, so we treat them as sort of one unit. So you have a lecture on Chapter 2, you have one class activity, a little bit of homework and a quiz, and then you've got another lecture, some more activities, homework and a quiz. Then you have a practice exam that you may wish to do over spring break or before spring break or when you get back from spring break. And then your first exam is right when you come back from spring break. All right. And then you've got Chapter 4, same thing. You've got your lecture, you've got your class activities, you have your homework, and then you have a quiz. So you can sort of see the rhythm of how that goes. All right. Then the week of April 15th, you have your practice exam and your second exam. Then we don't go very heavy on the non-for-profit. In fact, there's not even a chapter in your book on non-for-profit, but I do introduce the topic a little bit. So this week is really studying for finals, and then your finals April 29th in person on the main Macon campus. If you are not local, and so you can't come to the Macon campus, we will arrange for you to be proctored someplace that I approve. So you'll have to get with me, and we'll find a place for you to be able to take your exam in person. All right, so we're off and running, and I'm looking forward to the semester.